Hey, welcome in. Today, I'm talking about manifesting your goals this month with none other than Jen, because we have just started an amazing membership that is going to take your business to the next level. Like, I'm over the moon with the transformations that we're going to be having here. In this membership for a couple of reasons. I'm bringing Jen on now. We're going to be chatting a little bit about what we spoke about today in our actual group meeting. And we're also going to be talking a little bit about what to expect for this full month. So there she comes. Here she is. Yay. All right. Welcome in, Jen. 2 days in a row.
I love it.
Me too. Yay. So I was just telling everybody about this new membership that we created and why it's going to create such massive transformation in business owners and why we're so excited to be sharing this out to the world for lots of different reasons. But I think one of the things that took me the most this morning was just listening to you talk a little bit about what we've actually created and the energy that we put behind it. You know, these workbooks that we have for everybody to fill out and complete, the beautiful grounding ceremony that you took us through at the beginning to really not just like get on and plan our goals, but to actually like ground into what we want to create and feel balanced. And so I was just really excited by what you shared this morning. I don't know if you want to dive into any of that right now.
Yeah, I am still like just on such a high vibe. All this energy, all the sacral energy just being so lit up from the group, from the container, from each other. It's just so magical. And yeah, of course, I love the energetic piece. It's what I do. It's what I help people it's how I help guide people to alignment, to honor that energy. And it's just, I kind of felt like a broken record because I'm talking about these energetics and you got to do this and you got to embody your type and be aware of the moon and your feminine cycle. And it feels like a lot, but when you embody it, like your body guides you to these different things. So it's all really natural. So, yes, the energetics was huge. I love talking about it. I love just like the aha moments that it allowed for everyone of like, simplicity and coming back to yourself and really utilizing your strategy and authority to bring those tiny steps in your business. And maybe you can speak to this more, Mistral, but like manifesting generators, right? Like you guys have so much energy and so much that you want to do and you can do and you need to do, but how to really manifest and make the things that you really want to happen to make them happen.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's one of the biggest parts with this membership is the fact that we're going to be helping you set goals and hold you accountable. That's been the hardest part for me in my business because as a manifesting generator, I do have a lot of multi passions. How do I join them together? How do I go from here to here? How do I achieve all of the pieces that I want to achieve in a very short period of time? Because I also like things to go fast, right? I like want to manifest my business like today, not in like 3 years time, today, right? And so helping people in our membership here really sort of think about like what is my goal for this month and then how do I break that down into really actionable steps each week and then how do I hold myself accountable. And the other piece with this is like you said, the energetics, and something that I did at the beginning of my business was just follow strategy after strategy after strategy, and none of them took into account who I was, what my energetic blueprint was. And so I was doing everything out of alignment and wondering, why the heck is this not working? Why are so many people, other people finding success and I'm not? And so I think it's really important to like, when we're in this phase of like creating and putting things out into the world, how can we really do it in a way that totally lights us up and makes us feel, it makes it feel easy, right? Easy and flowy. And that's our goal here in this membership, is just to make everything easy and flowy and allow you to step into that power of following like your energetic cycle.
Yeah, and I know for me, I'm really excited about our next call in 2 weeks about the accountability because as a non-sacral being, right, I can find these aligned goals, but even though I have a defined heart, it can be really hard to follow through with them, right? Like I'm not the best at holding myself accountable. I have had an accountability partner for over 5 years who has helped me do this. So I am so grateful for the accountability and know that that is often the missing piece to me achieving my goals. So I'm really excited to see, where everybody gets to in 2 weeks. have they achieved their goals, or are they needing accountability to be held to those daily, weekly action steps so that they can manifest and achieve their goals? And especially me, right? Like, I'm excited to check in 2 weeks, having this group container hold me accountable to be like, okay, have I done the things? Am I managing my energy? Am I connecting? Am I building my business? Am I calling in, the intentions that we set today for the month ahead? So I just love how this really is twofold, right? And how it pairs with the moon and our energetics. So we start the month off like planning. What's the goal here? And like you said, breaking it down by week so that halfway through the month we say, how did we do? Did we do great? Did we achieve it? Or am I really needing more accountability around X, Y, and Z so that I can finish out this month strong? Because next month, I want to celebrate all of my manifestations.
Yes, exactly. And honestly, like, let's be real with this. When we're manifesting something, if we're not taking the aligned action to make it happen, like, you literally can't sit on the couch and just call your manifestation in. That's not how it works, right? The universe has to see that you have some input, that you are moving towards what you want, that you're creating space and expansion for it to arrive. And so this is where, like, the planning, the goal setting, and the accountability is so important, because that's what allows you to actually manifest what you desire, is by actually taking that aligned action steps. And that's where this membership supports you in doing that, because not only do you have Jen and myself there supporting you in your human design, the transits, the energy, if you're setting like achievable goals or not. And the accountability piece from the community is so beautiful, because once you've said that aloud and you've created this intention of what you want to create, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't mean that you failed, but it just means that, like, okay, I either took on too much, or I wasn't doing it quite right, or I need to think of it in a different way. And you have the group there to help you figure that out, which is like huge.
Yeah, I'm so excited for us to use that Telegram channel, because to really state those intentions, those monthly goals, I mean, just the fact of doing that certainly holds me accountable to it. And with what you said on manifesting, right? Like, you can't just do nothing and expect it to happen. Especially if you joined yesterday's live when we talked about our manifestation arrows, me being an active manifester, like, I need the accountability to actively manifest and actively work on these goals, because I know, based on my arrows and what type of manifester I am, if I'm not getting specific and stating them, if I'm not actively working on them, essentially somebody holding me accountable to doing that, I'm not going to achieve my goals.
No, it's so easy to let them go to the wayside, 1000%. And for all the wonderful women who are joining us on this call, this is what is going to be really changing, is following the flow of our cycle. Okay, like, women have flux, like, we have flux based on, whether we're menstruating, whether we're not menstruating. Are we in this like energetic high? Are we in a low? And one of the worksheets we put together for you kind of gives you clues and hints into what you can be doing during those low energy times versus those high energy times in your business, so that you can be so effective and really nail those manifestations and that goal setting. And so I think that's huge, because when I first started doing that, and recognizing when I was in the flow and looking at the moon period and what was happening at the same time, it just changes everything and allows you to rest when you need to rest and do things towards your goals while resting. And other times when you can just really be on fire and take more action than normal, which is pretty neat and exciting.
Yeah, that was huge for me today, looking at where I am in my cycle. I'm in my ovulation phase, and the things that I need to be doing based on what that chart outlines is, of course, it's so aligned because that's energetically where I am right now. But just that held me accountable to, oh, yes, these things that I want to do this week are actually aligned. And now is the time to do them, because I'm in this season of flow. This is where my energy is for this week. So I want to take advantage of it and work smarter, not harder, work with my energy. Because if I keep putting these things off, right? Great procrastinator. That's how my root defined works. I love procrastinating and building up. But if I miss this week, next week, I know my energy is going to be waning and I'm not going to want to do it. So all these pieces help hold me accountable to manifesting my goals.
Yay! I'm so thrilled and excited. And we want you guys to drop any questions that you have about this membership. It's one of the cheapest memberships you'll come across. It's $11 a month. It's basically a no-brainer when you have access to two coaches who are really guiding you through this process of really creating the business, the life, what you want to create with these goal setting and planning. And of course, the manifestation piece that just kind of comes along with all of that when we're working in alignment. And so super excited to be bringing this to you all. So message either of us. We'll get you the link, or of course, slide into our DMs and let us know if you have any questions, and we can happily support you there.
Yes, absolutely. Follow along, both Mistral and myself, so that you can stay updated on these pieces, these different offerings, the wonderful magic that happens within Planning by Design that we love hopping on live and sharing with you. And so that it's a little easier for you to see our lives and to be able to message us when anything comes up.